spectacular San Diego, where Californians dream. But I'm here to meet a man who turned his dreams into achievements. Alan Johnson is an author, mentor, successful businessman, and a Porsche racer with 4 SCCA National Championships to his credit. He has wins in Sebring and raced at Daytona and Le Mans. And he wanted to meet at the San Diego Air and Space Museum. Mr. Alan Johnson, it is an honor to meet you,
Tom,
sir.
welcome to the Air and Space Museum.
Why did you decide to have us meet here?
I'm on the board of directors here at the Air and Space Museum, and it's a great place.
Looks like it has quite a few stories to tell here.
Absolutely.
And I hear you have quite a few stories to tell us.
I have a few stories.
His story is about setting objectives and reaching goals.
Does that look fast?
That looks fast. That looks fast. My goal was simply to keep up with this man whose passion for life and loves like this museum is contagious.
You know, the Spirit of St. Louis was built in San Diego.
I did not know that.
And actually, Lindbergh came out and helped with it before he took it in Fluid East.
When you look at what that guy did, I'm thinking about you driving 24 hours.
Not even close. Not even close.
Still a pretty nice accomplishment.
It was, and we're very proud of our accomplishment. Sebring in 12 hours, 2 years in a row, and then Daytona in 69 with Burt Everett from the East Coast, and then we went to Le Mans in 71. Unfortunately, at Le Mans, my partner woke me up. And the story on that is, obviously the car's not going around anymore, so we had an engine problem. But
not the 33 hours that Lindbergh did.
Exactly. It's not even close.
It is amazing because he's so humble.
Chris Stavros is a successful businessman in his own right. He also cares for the mementos of his friend and mentor's racing career.
But it's not until you actually see the pictures and feel the experience through his stories that you really understand more about who he is and what he's done in life and racing. He's achieved a lot.
Alan, what do you think of when you start looking at these old pictures?
The excitement of sports car racing. I loved it so much and had so many good times that it brings back a little bit of the emotion, especially at the start of a race.
Alan's love of cars started at an early age with hot rods.
Well, my first inkling with what I liked about cars was the way they accelerated, the power, and that's what we got with hot rods. And when my friend Jerry Sperry gave me a ride in his 57 Speedster and slid the car sideways through the corners and everything, I mean, it was really exciting, and I decided I have to have one of these. So I set an objective to do that, and I did.
His next goal was to race Porsches, and with determination, he overachieved.
You know, I was hoping just to be able to get out there and finish the race, and I ended up third, and I got a little trophy, and I was thrilled. That was my very first race.
In 1964, at 29 years old, there were new goals.
My partner at the time, Roger Bursch, and I decided we were going to try to qualify for the national championship, and we ended up doing exceptionally well. I led every lap, won the race, and I won the national championship.
This you taking the checkered flag?
That's me taking the checkered flag.
His achievements would grow and soon became one of the most successful American Porsche drivers of the 60s. You in Daytona?
Yes. At Daytona, I'm sorry, I can't tell you who car 48 is, but obviously another 911.
You really don't have to know who's behind you. The only thing that matters is who's in front.
Yeah.
But one race stands out.
The number one absolutely was the national championship race at Riverside in 1968. There was a tremendous amount of competition in it. Took the checkered flag, had tears in my eyes coming down the back straightaway. It was actually the most exciting race I'd ever driven in, the best one I can remember.
His accomplishments behind the wheel would help him reach another goal. He opened one of the first Porsche Audi dealers in Southern California as mentor to young employees like Chris.
Well, I tell you, he's extremely generous, very kind, a wonderful teacher, a tremendous mentor, both in business and personal life.
Trying to tell Alan Johnson's story in 4 minutes is impossible, so I'll let him tell you what he wants you to know.
You know, when I won a race, it wasn't because I, knocked somebody off the track. It's because I outdrove them. When I accomplished something in business, it's because I played it properly and did things correctly. I'd like people to remember me as a good employer, a good driver, and a good guy.
Alan, your achievements once again exceeded your goal.